Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to Double Advantage, a D&D podcast where half of us have no idea what's going on at any given moment. It's complete and utter fucking chaos, but guess what? We love it. I am your Dungeon Master, John, and with me I have my beautiful friends, as always, BryceKrispie, Blazing Torchic, and Datsunami. How you guys doing?
Hello.
Good. Hello.
Oh, man, that intro took the fucking wind out of me, man. God damn, I wasn't ready for that.
Went all in on that one.
I went all in on that one. I didn't even take a single breath. I'm sure you probably heard me gasp at the end because I'm fucking dying. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 8. Oh, God. Episode 8 of Double Advantage. If you did not see the last episode, please go check it out. Episodes are on the Cryo YouTube channel, the Double Advantage podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Proud of that one.
Oh, we got that now.
Proud of that one. So technically I haven't announced it because I don't know. Anyway, Double Advantage is now on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, so if you like those platforms, please go check them out. If you are on YouTube, all links to my homies will be in the description and their Twitters and all their stuff, so please go check them out. They make beautiful content as well. Once again, McDonald's, please hit me up, snomjom@gmail.com. I'm waiting. We love you. Just hit me up. Does anybody else have anything else they want to say real quick before we get started?
Actually, yeah.
Oh, shit!
Yeah, I do have the announcement. I am actually, at this point of recording, 3 followers away on my Twitch channel from doing a charity stream for a very important cause to me and my family. So it would mean a lot if you could go over there, follow, and then when the charity stream happens, be a part of it.
Hell yes. Please, please, please. I will make sure to send a tweet out alongside this episode to go ahead and check out his Twitch. I don't think there's a set date for the stream yet, right?
Not quite yet, but
yeah, we will let you guys know. If you guys follow my Twitter and you keep up to date with episodes, we will let you know when this charity stream goes on. Please, please, please come show us some support. I'm sure I will be there as well doing something with my man, so please come give some love.
You might see me in a maid outfit.
And you might see him in a maid outfit, so please, there's some incentive. So please, supporting a good cause, just do whatever you can. But yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Beautiful announcement. Very, very, very good. Very welcome. Need some love in the world. So there you go.
Exactly.
But yeah, unless anybody else has anything else to say, let's go ahead and get into the next episode of Double Advantage. So in the last episode, our intrepid adventurers had been sailing the open ocean on the Silked Maiden with Captain Quinn and crew. Encountered some deadly harpies that put a hole in Captain Quinn's chest, battled it out, scorched some foes, and eventually had made their way back to get some rest. Excuse me. Upon the rest of their travels, they had encountered a sunken ship that they used their scroll of water breathing to dive deep down into the rubble and wreckage, and were met with a grimly sight of pirate corpses. After realizing they were pirate corpses, they didn't feel too bad. They were able to collect some gold. They were able to collect some beautiful pieces of ceramics, as well as a wine barrel, as well as the aforementioned squirt stick. If you guys don't know about the squirt stick, please go watch episode 7 of Double Advantage. Anyway, after their travels in the oh my god, is that going to be the meme for the campaign? Is it going to be squirt stick? Is it,
yes.
Are you guys just going to whisper squirt stick whenever it's feasible? Awesome. Okay.
Just random times, you'll just hear squirt stick.
Oh, fuck me. Look what I've created, guys. Welcome to Double Advantage. Anyway, after their adventure, they had made their way back up, had gifted the wine barrel to the crew as thanks for passage, and after a couple more days' travel, they had made it to the city of Itaro, a beautiful desert city in the Morella, home to our beautiful Arias Skald. Upon arrival, they were met with the gigantic walls that encapsulated the city made of beautiful sandstone. This kind of orange sand, not like your typical, white or more yellow. This is a deeper orange, kind of a rust-colored sand that this desert is maintaining. The sun is piercing. The trade is hustle and bustle. And with quick haste, Skald had made his way to the Daybreak Sanctum, his home. Upon arrival, they were met by High Priestess Leah Mistralith, and were told that Scald had been upgraded to Sunlight Adept, granted a new title along with new permissions to more secret data, as well as an upgraded ensemble, which is almost exactly the same for art purposes, except with a sun decal on the back. And she had instructed for you guys to enjoy the rest of your night in the city, and that tomorrow Scald to come back to be briefed on some information that you had been unclassified beforehand but now have access to. So with that, the three of you have been ushered out of Leah Mistralith's general chambers, and the world is yours to explore. Scald, you do know of a couple of tavern and inns. There is a plethora of, you know, tiers of lavishness. The one you would be most familiar with would probably be a more like an average. I mean, you're not like you're more of you're kind of an up class, you know, you kind of like don't like to get your shit dirty, you don't like to do that.
No, I wouldn't consider myself noble, but I'm not like, I'd say upper middle.
Yeah. So the one that you would have gone to very often, you know, throughout your days at home and through your training would have been the Tilted Grain.
Tilted Grain?
It's kind of in the center of the city. It's more of it's a very like standard tavern and inn, kind of like your like not too good, not too bad. Kind of everybody gets there, and you do have a buddy there who works there that you've known for quite a bit. So that's where you would have frequented. Jesus.
Okay.
So yeah, that would be the one you know of. You could, you know, go to a more lavish one depending on what you're feeling. The day is yours. It's about, I would say, the sun's about to set, so it's probably around 8 o'clock because the sun sets.
Okay, so it is.
Sunset's pretty late here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So I'll let the party know. Well, you guys. Seems it's actually getting a bit late, and we do have a bit of a mission ahead of us. So how about we get a bit of a good rest? I do have a nice place that I used to frequent when I would not be staying in the church. It's, you know, it's not the worst, but not the best.
Well, you know this place better than the rest of us.
Yeah. Might even be able to get us a little bit of a, you know, a hookup there. We'll see. I don't know if my buddy's still there. I haven't seen him in quite a little bit. But, let's start heading there.
All right.
And yeah, start heading that way.
All right, so you guys go ahead and you exit the beautiful temple. One last time, you can see the ocean waves crashing upon the dock. Very similar sight to what was in Coastline, except instead of, you know, concrete and trees, it's sand and just sand. It's sand for miles upon miles. I mean, there's some foliage growing in the front part of the church, but like outside of the walls there's nothing. It's barren. You're surprised that flowers are even capable of growing in such a climate. But as you guys are walking through, you can see the city is starting to die down. Even when it's dying down, it's still a lot more than you might expect. People are still, you know, going through and packing things up, starting to get things ready to go. Some people are still trying to sell stuff, but it is a lot quieter than normal. And it's about I'd say about a 10-minute walk. Got to kind of get into a little bit deeper in the city. The church is kind of on the outskirts. And so you spend your time walking, you know, you're looking around, and you can see, Scald, that it's a little different than what you remember. You know that Itaro has a kind of a homeless problem as it is already. You know, there's a very big gap. It's like a big majority of wealthy people, a small majority of middle class, and then a big majority of homeless people. And it's been like that since you've been alive. You know, the city's always had a homeless problem, but the town seems a lot dirtier than you remember. You know, trash kind of just piled about. You can see a lot of people just half asleep, you know, against walls, you know, with little whatever pieces of blanket they might have or whatever possessions they might carry, if at all. And it's a lot more somber than you remember, but it's nothing, that is like distracting you. It's just things that you notice, the small little pieces that you pick up because you're so used to how things are, and so when one tiny little thing is off, you can notice it pretty easily.
So I have a question just about like the general government of like does each place have its own, or is there like an overarching like king of sorts of like the whole land?
So Volstagg would not know any of this because of how secluded he has always been. Obviously, Volstagg, you know about governments, like you know that people rule. Like you're an educated individual, right? You're not dumb by any means. Just kind of you don't have the.
I just don't care about it.
You don't care about it, and you just lack the knowledge. Really,
right?
You have knowledge on other things that you deem more important, but and
Survival.
Sakuro, you would know a little bit. You know most about your own town. And Scald, you know pretty much everything.
Government.
You know governments very well.
My character definitely knows government.
And you hate them. So the way that the world works, if you guys want to look at the map, I can send it to you again if you want, so you can actually have like a key aspect.
It's in the pinned.
Yeah, if it's in the pinned, you guys can look.
It's in the pinned.
And if you guys are watching on the YouTube video, I'll put it on the screen so you guys can understand. So there are a few distinct, like, I wouldn't say like factions, but it's like countries, basically, their own little countries. So and it's divided into colors on the map. So green is the Ballantine coast. So anything that is in green on the map is all part of the Ballantine coast. They are an oligarchy, which is basically a council. It is a group of individuals that makes decisions, kind of like a parliament, I guess you could say. But there isn't like a king. There isn't anything. It's like a group rule, like kind of, I guess, republic-ish, I guess you could say in a way. But it is a group. And then for the desert is a little interesting, and Scald, you would know a lot about this. There is no ruler of the desert. There are 4 main cities and towns in the desert, and they all have their own government. They're all ruled individually by their own highest member, which would be a lord. And the lord is basically like that city's president or mayor, and they only rule that town or that city. So Ataro technically is its own country in a way, its own nation, if that makes sense.
So there is somebody specific to like kind of be at fault for.
Yes.
It was kind of like my whole like
yeah. You would know that for Itaro specifically, there is a Lord Julius Klein. So Lord Klein or Sir Klein. Some call him President Klein because it is kind of just like its own, like Itaro is
Lord
kind of
Calvin Klein. Got
Lord
it.
Calvin, fucking God! I knew this was gonna happen. I can't even come up with names without people making fun of my. No, it's okay. Yeah, Lord Calvin Klein. And you've met him once or twice due to him frequenting the church every so often. He's a nice guy. He just kind of seems like maybe he's all caught up in a little too much. Like
In over his head. Got it.
Like, yeah, in over his head, but he's not cocky about it. He's trying his best, and whether it be via his own lack of being able to lead or the people around him, he just seems kind of like he's got too much to deal with. But he's trying. He's a good guy. He's not a bad dude from what you've noticed. But yeah, so we can get into more other details on the other governments. I thought you were asking for
Right,
anything.
yeah.
That's on me.
No, I just wanted to know if there was like a direct person to like, because like I'm seeing this and I just didn't know if there was somebody I should be angry at.
Yeah, you should. Well,
like,
you should be angry at Klein, but you should also be angry at his council. His secretaries,
right?
The people around him.
That's why I was asking if there was like a big king that's like, okay, I can't do anything about that. But if there is a smaller,
there's a smaller lord who would technically be at fault for this. But yeah, so you're walking around. And you're looking at this and you're thinking about it, and you can see where he lives. He lives in a beautiful chateau. And you can see it because it's on a raised platform. You can see it as you walk, towards the center of the city. It's pretty centralized. And you can see it, and you kind of are upset, but you understand, like he's fucking trying his best, like what, there's only so much you can do. But yeah, so after a couple of minutes, you walk up to a very familiar building. Sandstone structure, nice orange material with wooden inlays and beautiful beams that go up. And you see the sign that says the Tilted Grain. And you can see that it is cursive. And on one side next to the is a wheat grain. And on the side of grain is a sand grain. And it is a beautiful double entendre of grain and grain. And you walk in, and it is quite busy. About normal for what you're accustomed to. It's about, 8:10, 8:30. And so the sun is finally starting to set, and this is prime drinking hours for the people of Ataro. Itarians, if you wish to know what they would be called. And it is, you see there's barmaids, going barmaids. You see Tsunami in a barmaid outfit going around.
How about
You show him your squirt stick. Is that how you flirt? You flirt with the squirt stick?
Oh, I'm gonna squirt stick them. Ooh, there we go.
Oh God, you fucking weirdos.
Oh no.
God, and the second you walk in, Scald, you look over towards the bar and you see a very familiar face, a warming face. You see a tabaxi individual. Very bobcat-like, if we're talking about real person world. Very, very much a desert cat. The tan skin, the kind of pointed ears, darker eyes, kind of spotted a little bit, almost leopard-like in a way. Oh, excuse me. And immediately, he looks over to you and makes eye contact, and he says, my friend, hello, it has been some time. Please, come sit.
Do I know his name?
Yeah, you would know his name to be Buksabi, or Abi for you, because nicknames.
Hey, Abi!
And my friend, it has been some time. How are you doing?
The travels, they wear you down, but hey, they've brought me some new friends.
Oh my good, any friend of Skull's is a friend of mine. Please sit down. Oh my goodness, please tell me whatever stories you have. You know I love a good story.
Well, I have plenty of travel stories, but I'm curious more about. Well, first, Sakudo, Volstagg, anything to drink? Anything? We.
I'll take a mead.
What do you got?
All right, a mead for you, my friend. Oh, by the way, my friend, my name is Buksabi. You may call me Abi for short.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, Abby. I am Volstagg.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, what's the specialty today? For drinks, anything?
Today we have a very nice whiskey that came in from
the
Valentine Coast. It is beautiful, very nice.
The whiskey. Yeah, there you go. I'll have one of those.
Beautiful.
I'll have a whiskey. Double.
Oh, I like you already, my friend.
But back to so before my stories, I need to know what the hell is happening here. I leave for a couple months, and the place falls to shit.
You know how the government goes. It is a clusterfuck of people trying to figure out what to do, but not having the right answers. It is a shitstorm. But please, sit down. First round is on me. Please, I have not seen you in a long time. I miss you, my friend.
Buddy. And, I'll have plenty of stories as we are reminiscing here.
Of course. Anyway, and he starts pouring your drinks. Amazing man, he's got that charisma built for bartending, pure conversationalist. He's kind of doing, he's not doing like tricks, like crazy shit, but he's kind of flourishing on the pours and kind of, being a bartender. This is what he does. And so he hands you guys his drinks. He hands you your double. You wanted a mead, right, Sakudo?
Yeah.
All right. It's all delicious. You take your sips, and it's just beautiful, excellent quality. And he says, "Well, so I'm assuming you are asking about the homeless situation." Hmm?
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, we've always had a bit of a problem, but this is getting out of hand. There's more than I can count just on the way here.
It is a bad situation. I understand your concern, and it definitely got worse as you have been away. Lord Klein has been kind of struggling with everything. His council is garbage, quite literally.
Spineless leader we have.
He's a good guy.
He is.
He's just
But
not a leader.
sometimes we need less of a good guy in the lead.
Well, you never want an asshole.
No.
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 We try our best here. We try to feed people who need it, and it's hard nowadays. But there's too many. There's only so much you can do. But
Well, the hope is that one day we can do something about it,
well, to be fair, while you were gone, your church has been doing quite the most as far as trying to feed people and find housing, and they've been doing excellent. All the churches have, to be fair, but yours, I mean,
I expect nothing less of...
the sanctum has been just exquisite in their execution. I'm sure Pelor is proud as can be. But yeah, that's not all. I mean, there's nothing more we can do about that. That is a government issue. But there's been some interesting things while you've been gone. I don't know if you've noticed these markings around, kind of like a Caduceus staff. It's like the staff with the snakes and wings.
Yes, the staff for healing.
Yes,
essentially.
Yes. It is a symbol similar to that, but no wings. It's just the staff with the snakes. And it's been kind of plastered around, graffitied, painted. And nobody really knows what it means, but I've been hearing whispers, and if you buy more drinks, maybe I'll tell you. But
Oh, you're gonna play this game on me
No,
now,
Buksabi,
Abby,
Buksabi don't play like
Abby,
that.
come on.
Yeah, you know who I am. Come on.
Okay.
But okay, how about this? In exchange for my information, tell me something about your adventure. Anything. It does not matter if it is good or funny. Just something that might be entertaining.
I saved me and my friends, we saved a bird person.
Oh.
Yes,
So you're a hero now, huh? Okay, too good for Buksabi. Okay, all right.
Humble brag around here, but that's that's okay. No, she was unfortunately when I had gone to another city and met my friends here, there was a missing persons, and we had gone to investigate and found her trapped beneath this giant boulder, and we fought off these nasty gnolls, and we brought her back to her family, and felt good. It felt really nice to do that. It's what I felt like I was meant to do,
Yeah, you're a good guy. It is one thing when you are just, you want to help people, you have that drive, you have that passion, but when you can fully successfully get it done, it is pure bliss.
And you should see the things that these guys can do. If you need any, I'm not, you know me, man of the cloth,
Of
but
course.
they got extra skills that I am not pertain to have.
Well, I know what
which
you are
is-
capable of. You are like a magic man. It is,
Yes.
not everyone can be blessed with literally power from the gods, huh? But
It was
what can you two do? What is your specialty, huh?
I can do a few tricks.
A few tricks, huh? What can you do?
you should. No, you don't have to show them here, but
Yeah, you can
let's
show.
just say
I need a little more space.
Okay,
things can get a little
And
hairy.
he lets
Yeah.
out a whistle.
Can get very hairy.
He lets out a whistle. And he says, "All right, everyone, please give some space. We have a party trick gonna happen." And everybody's like,
Oh, now you're
yeah, okay,
Now
let's
you're getting
do
called
it.
out, Balstag.
And everybody
Oh,
sorry,
moves
man.
chairs and gives you some space, and he's like,
I still
Alright.
wish you could turn into a dragon right now.
"All right, Magic Man, is that you got some tricks up your sleeve? Come on, show me what you can do."
All right. Let's bring back Wolfstag.
Okay, so you watch as Volstagg takes the cape and spins it around, and in one fell swoop, it kind of just encapsulates, and he turns into Wolfstagg the Great. And everybody's like, "Whoa! Holy shit! Wow!" And you see Buksabi is like, "Well, okay, my friend, you are a talented individual. I like what I see. Very good."
Yes, he knows his way around a forest, and that definitely helps. And a great person. They're both great
Survivalist, huh?
people.
I like it. I like it a lot. All right, what about you, Mr. Sakudo?
Well, I've got nothing as flashy as that, but my knives can do a few things.
And he looks down at your belt, and there are no knives, and he's like, "You don't have any knives."
I just like summon two of them into my hand. Just these knives.
You are not kidding, my friend. These people are very talented. They have a very exceptional set of skills.
Yes. I tend to attract the best. What can I say?
You're gonna have to teach me that one. Those magic knives might come in handy one of these days.
Well, went through a lot of pain to get these, so if you're ready for that.
I've seen quite many things in my day, but pain, nah, it ain't for Buksabi. But I respect the grind, my friend. You're talented.
Thank you.
All right, as promised,
Anyways,
I will give you as much information as I have in exchange for a story and the display of beautiful talents. And he looks at you and he's like, "Does he stay as a wolf forever, or is this like a one? Does it have a time limit? Is he now forever a wolf? Like what is this?"
I don't actually know how long he can stay a wolf for. I mean, that's pretty fucking rad, right? But I mean, he's still himself too, which is cool. Like, he's all still there.
Can you do tricks? Like, do you roll over? Like, what's up?
Let's not insult the man here.
Well, I mean, it is not insulting. He's a wolf.
I mean, yeah, but do you tell your wolf to fucking roll over?
The wolves do not like me.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at me. Do you know who I am?
Because you're telling him to roll over.
Hey, fuck you.
I love you. I missed you, buddy.
The Dawnfather would not like that kind of talk, huh?
You're right. But hey, we need some rooms for the night, my man.
Of course. That'll be for you. 2 gold each.
Okay,
Fair enough.
easy.
I should probably turn back and pay the man.
All right, you turn back, you pay him. And so he's taking your money. He's giving you guys the keys to the rooms. And he says, "All right, so information. I'm sure you are curious, and as well as most of the population. The symbols started just kind of appearing, and nobody knows much. But when you work in a bar, in a tavern, and you learn to hear conversations that maybe you shouldn't hear. Maybe that's a bad trait to have, but what are you going to do? But basically, this group they are unhappy with the current state of the government, which is fair. They have, from what I've heard, they are trying to preach cleansing and healing. I guess that is what the Caduceus staff is supposed to mean, a healing. We assume it has something to do with the homeless population, maybe trying to undirty things, make things cleaner, healthier for people. If they have to live on the streets, at least they live on cleaner streets. But we're not quite sure. They haven't done anything yet. They're defiling property, graffiti and all that, but they're not doing anything illegal per se. They're not, harming people. They're not doing all these things, but it is some cause for concern, if that makes sense.
Well, yes, because things can always escalate.
Yeah.
If they feel they're not being heard, they might turn to more extreme means.
And I found this one night in the here. Follow me. And he
Okay.
leads you upstairs, and he leads you to your room, Scald. And he's like, "May I have the key?"
Yes.
And he opens it, and he ushers you guys in. And he says, "I'm only showing you this because I trust you, and you do work for a church, so this information could be useful to you, and if it were to ever, be an issue for whatever reason." And he hands you a rolled up piece of paper.
Okay. I'll unroll it.
And he says, it is like an invitation of sorts, but I cannot read it. You studied Draconic, yes, while you were in the Sanctum.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, you will get more out of it than I will. And so you read it, and it says, meeting. Well, roughly, you look at it, and it's not perfect Draconic. You learned like proper. This is very slang, very like regionally different Draconic.
It's an English teacher reading Reddit.
Yes, it's very different, but you still, and so it kind of comes across weird. So it says, meeting time, 10 p.m. The date is in about 2 days. I'll work on a calendar. The date's in about 2 days. It says, come cloaked, embrace dark, stay safe.
Who is it for?
You look, and on the back it says in Draconic, but in the really weirdly Draconic. You don't know what it means, but you see the words Sophos Ophidia.
Sophos Ophidia.
And it's Sophos, Sophos. And then Ophidios. But it's kind of like it's Ophidia. You can say it as a J or a D. Ophidios or Ophidios. Or, yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
You don't know what it means. But that is what it says on the back. So to recap, it says Sophos Ophidia, 10 p.m. The date on it says 2 days from the current day, and it says, come cloaked, embrace darkness, be safe.
Okay.
And so, do you read that out loud, or do you just kind of?
Yeah, no, I'll be like, reading every word out loud, just so everyone's on the same page.
Sophos Ophidia. That is.
Yeah, does that mean anything to you?
I do not know Draconic. I cannot.
I mean, I know Draconic, and that doesn't mean anything to me.
But it is Draconic, no?
Yes, yeah, that's the thing. I just didn't know if you had heard that somewhere.
No, I have not. Sophos kind of sounds like there is a Tabaxi word. It stands for like intelligence, but it is Saphos. It is not the same, and Tabaxi and Draconic are not similar in any aspect. So
no.
I doubt that has a connection, but it is. I don't know. These people don't seem dangerous. They're not doing anything that would make people think they are a threat. They seem to be preaching to help, to cleanse, to try and fix what the government cannot.
And why hide in the shadows?
To as not be caught. Uprising is not something.
They're for a good cause. They should come forward. So that's why I feel like we should talk to them.
I am not.
As the church.
I am in no way defending them, right? Because they haven't really done anything yet. But you have to understand, the government is there for a reason, and if people are trying to do the government's job, they don't like that. So I can understand why maybe you need to be a little bit on the on the stealthier side as to not get caught and potentially thrown in prison. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I understand your concern. I do. And it does seem, a little bit, how do you say, iffy. But if they could just be trying to not get in trouble, it might not. See, I've learned that things don't always have to be bad. While they may be, and this could be a situation in which, but they could just trying to be cautionary.
Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of gray on my travels, but sometimes it is just black and white.
And if you wish, this could give you information. I don't want you to potentially put yourself in a situation where you might be in danger.
No, but I have. That's why I'm not alone.
Of course,
Yeah.
I just don't want to feel responsible because I did give you this information.
No, you're doing good. You're a good friend.
As are you, and it is good to have you back for however long you stay. Are you staying for the Liberation Festival?
Let's see. I mean, I don't see why not. It's
only about, at this point,
Well-
you would know it's only about, it's within the week. It's in about.
okay. I was gonna say I didn't know if you had sent an exact time distance away,
Yeah,
so I was
it's
looking real
about,
quick.
It's about 5 or 6 days from now, probably, considering it's nighttime. It's about 6 days from now. And so yeah.
We didn't have anything time sensitive, so I should be. I don't see why not. It's just I haven't I wasn't around for last year's.
That is
So-
true, and we missed you greatly. It was a beautiful celebration. And well, it always is, but and your friends, you guys are going to. It is a beautiful, beautiful celebration. It is a wonderful time. You guys will love it.
I mean, I definitely think we should stick around for at least these few days and see if we can find out a little bit more.
Yeah,
I mean,
of
if it's up
course.
to you guys. I don't know what to. I mean, you guys followed me all the way here.
It sounds like an adventure to me.
Yeah, sounds fun.
You've gathered some interesting friends, and they seem like good people. I was really worried for you while you were out. I did not know how it would go for you being alone on your travels. Yet your charisma is lacking. You are a very talkative individual.
My mouth definitely got me in trouble quite a few times.
When does it not, huh?
Remember?
Remember when we were kids? You fucking always talking shit. Always.
And then when it came to the ladies,
Oh my
slapped in the
goodness.
face.
How does one have such a horrible way with people? Huh? Like, my goodness, you try to flirt and you somehow insult them. I do not understand. How
it
do
is
you...
it is a curse.
You literally walk up to women and you're like, oh my goodness, your knees are gigantic. Like, how do you find that they...
What
Okay.
was that? Okay, that's exaggerating.
Look, you know what you did to that
Abby.
girl. You know what you did.
Abby, there was mead involved. That was a one time.
You're right. My apologies,
Give him
okay?
the squat stick.
You're making me look bad in front of my new friends, man.
I'm not making you look bad. I'm making you look like yourself, which just so happens to be kind
To
of
be
bad.
bad. Okay, all right.
It is all in good fun, my friend.
I'm gonna go up to my room.
It has been almost a year since you've been gone. Huh? It is making up for lost time.
That's true. I'll give him a hug and then I'm gonna run up to my room.
All right. Well, we are in your room, technically.
Oh, we're in my room? Okay.
Yeah, we went
that's
to your
right,
room, so
that's right.
he pats you on the
that's
back.
right.
He pats you on the back and
All right, then I'll give him a hug and kick him the fuck out.
all right,
Yeah.
fine. I understand. They're tired. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
It's been a long.
He laughs it off and he says, "All right, well, I will be downstairs if you need more drinks. If not, I will see you in the morning.
See you in the morning.
Now, good night." And he walks downstairs, and so now it's just the three of you guys in the room to do whatever it is you wish.
Well, I'm sorry about him, but he'll grow on you.
Seems like it.
Well, I do appreciate you guys sticking with me through this. Hopefully we can. I mean, coming back here and seeing it in such disarray, it just hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
I
imagine.
don't know where. I don't know if I've asked before, but where exactly are you guys from? Do you guys have a home still?
No, I've always just been a wanderer. I had a place in the mountains I called home at one time, but that was it. Never belonged to a city.
I
Oh,
used to, but some circumstances arose and I had to leave quite urgently.
that sounds like an interesting story for another day.
Indeed.
Maybe once you trust us a little more with that.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, I do think we should look into this group though. They for right now are saying how they're not dangerous, but I've seen how that can change very quickly. And I feel like at least a conversation with them might put me at ease.
I
You know,
agree.
if they're in for the good, then I can leave knowing that they're gonna fight for good. But if not, I don't know. I don't know what to do from there.
There's no
Anyway,
point in.
yeah,
No,
no, yeah,
go on,
yeah.
go on. Oh, okay. I was going to say there's no point in trading out one poor leader for another. So it would be
That
good to learn the agenda of these people.
that is a very good point. Yeah, exactly. And not if we're gonna take down, like if this is gonna lead into taking one of them down, if they're both crap, then
Yeah.
uh, maybe getting them to work together would be best. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to crash for the night. Uh, I will see you guys in the morning.
In the morning.
See you in the morning.
All right, so you guys go ahead and disperse into your own separate rooms. You guys go ahead and bed down for the night. You guys go ahead and get a long rest. So Volstagg, you'll get your wild shape back. I don't think anybody took any damage today, but
No.
you can click a long rest and everything will be all good to go. You guys wake up in the morning to the beautiful burning sun that pierces through the window. A lot stronger than normal, but you know, Scald, you fucking love it. And so you hear a message in your head, familiar, High Priestess Leah Mistralith. Short message, and it says, "Whenever you're available, please come meet me." And that's it. And you
at
can
once.
respond if you wish.
Yeah. And you can respond to this message.
And you can respond to this message.
And then just, kind of in a, at once, milady.
All right. And so it is relatively early. Because of how like the sun kind of comes in really strong, you all kind of wake up immediately as the sun rises. So it's a relatively early day. Sakudo and Volstagg, you guys can, decide to sleep in or wait for Scald or whatever you wish to do. That is up to you entirely.
Wait for Scald.
Yeah, wait for Scald.
All right. So you guys go ahead. You sleep in a little bit later. You're tired. You guys aren't used to so much the different environments that you've had to deal with lately, or it's just a bit overbearing for you. So you just want to take a moment to kind of sleep in a little bit and rest. So Scald,
Yeah, I would have poked in to see if they were awake yet, to see if they wanted to come, but seeing that they were just still dead asleep,
yeah,
I'll
they're
just be
fucking,
okay.
they're out. They're fucking out
Yeah.
cold with pillows over their heads to not have the sun fucking blind them.
Right. And I'll just kind of close the door quietly and.
Yeah. So yeah, you head downstairs. There's another bartender there. Buksabi presumably still asleep or possibly not working today. Just wave him off as you walk out. And even though the sun has just barely started rising, people are starting to set up in the marketplace. People are already perusing, buying their daily fruits, vegetables, grain, spices, even perusing some jewels. And you take a moment, you kind of take the long route to the sanctum to kind of, breathe in that familiar air and just feel those sensations that you missed so dearly, and you're just trying to take it all in and just feel at home. And even though you took the long route, before you know it, you're already at the sanctum. And you walk in. You're greeted by some lesser acolytes and unranked members, and they kind of just let you walk through, noticing your sun decal on the back. Just let you walk straight to Leah's chambers.
Right. Yep. Walk right in.
All right, go ahead. You open the door. She's currently sitting at a side desk, currently writing something down. She has her little spectacles kind of dangling off her nose as she's writing, and she looks up and she takes them off, puts the pen down. She says, "Thank you for being so quick. So it is time to brief you on some information that you've missed over the coming months. Nothing too new. But please, sit down. Would you like some tea or some juice or water or anything?"
Water will be fine.
Of course. And she hands you a glass. She says, "I'm sure you can already tell the homeless situation hasn't gotten much better. Klein is trying his best. He really is. I've had many conversations with him, and he's just it's a lot to handle. The poor guy. He's just not meant for this. I don't think he's getting better. He really is, but obviously you can see it's not working."
Yeah. No, it definitely seems to be getting worse.
And we've been trying our best to feed those that need it. But there's only so much we can do. Before we can't do anything anymore. But yeah, it's been getting a bit precarious, but it's manageable for now. Hopefully things get better, and if they don't within the next few months, we might have to force re-election.
Right.
But and you know how that goes. There's going to be a lot of problems, and there's going to have to be a lot of peacekeeping. So I would understand if you are to be out of here after the festival, if you are to stay, that is.
Yeah, I probably definitely did not plan to stick around too much after.
Yeah, respectable. I mean, you've been here your entire life. It's only fair you finally get a chance to explore the world and do all the things that I kind of didn't let you do, and I apologize for that.
It's okay. Is there a reason you called me here?
Well, yes, of course. There's the homeless situation, and we want to catch you up on some information that you've missed out on. When you were an acolyte, your main goals were to develop your connection with the Dawnfather, to go on missions to aid the temple and truly be a follower. But now that you are an adept, you are able to kind of be more a part of the sanctum rather than just do things for the sanctum. And so I wanted to kind of give you a little bit of information that we've been keeping from you. It has to do, and I'm not sure if you have seen it around, but it has to do with this group of individuals that have been kind of producing their logo or their emblem around the town. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it's like a caduceus staff. Very similar.
Yes, without the wings.
Yes. Okay, so you have seen it.
Yes.
Yes. We don't know much, but they're currently on our watch. We don't know exactly what their intentions are. I don't know how much you know. I mean, you obviously don't know much. You've just got here, but we do know that they're trying to at least find a way to fix maybe the homeless situation. It seems like maybe they have other goals, but we don't know a lot. And I know that's kind of disappointing information. but it felt necessary to tell you, especially since you'll be here for a few days, and it might be pertinent. I'm not sure.
What is our stance on them exactly? Do you want them to help, or do we want them to not be vigilantes of sort?
Well, to be fair, as a mediary ground, we have to understand that the situation in which the homeless population's in is not ideal, and the government, quite frankly, is not doing enough. And so while necessarily vigilantes aren't our forte, we have to understand that what they're doing is for the best for them. And as of now, they're not doing anything illegal.
As of now, yes, you're right.
I mean, yes, I know how you are. It's hard to trust. But until they show themselves, I mean, we don't even know who they are, what they're compiled of. They might not even be homeless. They might be wealthier individuals trying to fix this issue. It could be middle class people trying to fix this issue. We don't know anything, and we're not sure how to find this out without just letting it play.
Thanks to Abby, I was able
Ah,
to.
Did you want to go see Abby again?
Of course, I had to.
He's good. Man. He's
I
a good
did come
man.
into.
I don't know why I talk like that.
Yes, but I did come into a possession of a note between two of them that setting up a meeting of sorts. So
Is Busabi part of the meeting?
no, I
Oh,
don't believe so.
okay.
I believe he just got it, and it was in a language he didn't understand.
What language is it in?
I was in Draconic.
Oh, may I see, please?
Yes.
Of course. Thank you. And she puts her spectacles back on. And she begins to read it. She says, "Huh. Interesting. Not a big fan of Embrace the Darkness.
No, that line definitely made me question things.
Especially considering we're Embrace the Sunlight. Doesn't seem... It seems very opposing for us.
Which is, yes, that's why I wasn't sure if you had any reason other than, what we've discussed to stop them, but now this seems... At least a meeting is required.
I don't wish to send you and your companions into what could potentially be an interesting situation, but if you wish to partake in this, any information you gather, we would greatly appreciate.
I feel me and my group might be best suited for this.
I wouldn't have it any other way. I know that you have just been promoted, but that could be a great deal for us. Information on this group could be very pertinent, especially if, God's forbid, it turns awry.
And that was the plan.
And she turns it around. She says, Sophia? What is this?
That I did not know.
It doesn't... It's draconic, but it doesn't fit any of the language parameters.
It's almost gibberish.
Is it and she's looking at it. She's like, it could be a name. It could be a phrase. It could be... it could just be maybe a secret message. Wait, if they ask you for a secret message, this might be it. But if it's not, and you don't know the secret message, I don't want you to find a way to get in trouble. I'm thinking about this all the wrong way. This could be an innocent group. This could be a group that's just trying to do their best. Not everything has to be bad.
Like I said, it is worth looking into.
No, I absolutely agree. So this would be tomorrow at 10 p.m.?
Yes.
All right. Would you request scouts on the outside? In case things get bad.
I mean, that would never be a bad. I would never deny it.
we can send some of our best. Here, let me make a quick message, and you watch as she takes off her glasses and drops the quill, and you can see that she kind of closes her eyes and focuses for a minute, and while you have seen it many times, you do not know how to do it. She is casting a sending spell to message out to somebody, and you watch as her eyes open, and she says, quickly, I would like to have you meet someone that would be a person of contact in case things get really bad. And you spend, a couple minutes just chatting with her about the situation, and the door opens, and you see a rather tall, built gentleman, a human male, shaved bald skin, and a chin strap, dark brown beard, very dark brown tanned skin. And he is wearing a very heavy armor ensemble, similar to yours minus the robes. It is very much more built for combat and not for comfort. Yours is kind of a mix of both. And he walks in and he says, you called me, Lady Mistress. And she looks over at you, Scald, and says, yes, I'm sure you've met Scald. And she looks at you, acknowledging that she's finally starting to stray away from Arias. And she says, Scald, this is Octavius.
Pleasure to meet you.
And he walks up to you and he says, it is mighty fine to meet you. Octavius Dayglade. I am a paladin of our beautiful Dawnfather. I typically am just a protector of the sanctum, but I've been made aware that you are going to need some form of backup.
Yes, yeah, we might be getting into a bit of a sticky situation.
Of course. Well, me and my men are at your disposal if you need us. We will make sure to be as far away as possible. Is there a location?
I'll go back over the note. I'm not sure if it said an exact location or not.
It has coordinates.
Yeah. So.
And he takes it.
Let him know those.
He says, may I?
If you can read it, yeah, absolutely.
Of course. And he takes it and he's looking at it and he says, all right, well, me and my men will be around there if you need us. And he looks at you and he's like, I cannot communicate via magical means. Do you have anything?
I can form a telepathic link.
Oh, are you there with him?
I don't know.
I didn't think we were there. Yeah.
But I know that he can do
yes.
that.
Okay, so
There we go.
that was he said it
There
in your
we
head because technically the link is still a thing, isn't it?
No,
I don't know. No, I think after arrest.
It
Okay,
got
okay,
broken.
Okay.
But I would let him know. I have one of my friends that I've met has the ability to keep in contact. Once you would have to meet all of us before this goes down.
That is no problem at all. We can meet tomorrow morning, and we will be able to form that link. Oh well, how long does it last? Do you know?
I am unsure, but
it depends on the role.
Okay. We can
But
meet,
yes,
we can
it-
meet
it
in
depends.
we can meet in the mid-afternoon, maybe maybe probably more like 8 if it's at 10, and then we'll kind of be in the shadows, and then you can go in there. I recommend to follow instructions cloaked. Don't try to show yourself. If they see an official from the church, that might make them weary that they're being watched by the government.
so that's why I was probably going to ask one of my friends to be the ones to do the meeting exactly.
Oh, and
He likes to already be in a cloak.
would you to be out here with us?
I'd be close by.
Okay. That seems reasonable. But yes, if there's no other duties for me, High Priestess, I will be on my way. And she says, thank you, Octavius. You can go. And he kind of bows down to her, bows down to you, and makes his way out huge man, like 6'6", tall, broad shoulders, big man, shield on his back, and he walks away and closes the door behind you. And she says, "Well, so you have backup, you have information. Don't get yourself killed. If this is bad, be safe. If it's good, then maybe we can work with them. You know, I understand that if they're doing good things, they're being cautious and secretive for a reason. They could get put in jail for treason or conspiracy. And so if they are doing good, we must protect them. You do understand that, yes?
Of course.
Okay. Be mindful. They may be trying to do good. The methods might not be great, but they also might not have methods that are illegal. They just might have morally gray methods that we can maybe try and realign them.
That's the hope. That's why I wanted a conversation.
If we can set them on the path that will be beneficial for everyone, we could potentially solve the issues more efficiently than the government can. And we'll get whiplash and clap back from the government, but to be quite fair, I don't care about the government, you know. So, yes, that's all that we have for now. Whatever information you can gather is greatly appreciated. And oh, I forgot. And she walks over, and she grabs a couple papers, and she says, "As you know, the Liberation Festival is happening. And obviously, I'm sure you're very familiar with the high disc tournament.
Oh yes, absolutely.
And so okay. Obviously, you know the way in which it works. It's, a tournament, and the winner basically is... You know what? Let me explain. Let me catch you up and refresh you, because it has been a while and I'm sure you haven't thought about it in quite some time. Basically, it's going to be the 4 main temples, and they will have a group of competitors that will play the game in a tournament style, and whoever wins, that church, basically, it's kind of like the god that church relates to is going to have a very bountiful year. It's just festival things and activities and things like that. So for outside purposes, basically, it's like Groundhog's Day. If the groundhog sees its shadow, it means this. If it doesn't, it means that. So basically, the winner of the tournament, let's say it's, the Dawnfather. That means that the year will be very bountiful for those who follow the Dawnfather.
I have a single question.
Yes.
Is it only members of the church that can, like people of the cloth, that can participate in this tournament?
Well, hold on. Let me finish this and then I'll answer your question.
Okay.
And she says, "We would like for you and your friends to be a part of the tournament."
Oh, I would have to ask, but I know I would love nothing more.
I mean, it's only fair. You've come back. It would be a great show for you to be a part of it, and I would like to include your friends. They seem nice.
They've helped me through a lot.
And I consider you very close, like family, and I appreciate that they are able to be there for you and act as friends for you. But yes, please do converse with them. If you do agree that you would wish to partake, we would love to have you be a part of it.
Okay, I will do so.
All right. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does.
Good. Anyway.
You wanted a tournament arc?
Yes, I did. I'm very giddy right now.
Anyway, so she says, "Well, enjoy the rest of your time. Be safe. If whatever information you find, please let me know. And if it's good information, then we'll be okay. If it's bad information, well, we'll have to see what happens there. Anyway, be on your way. Do what you need to do. And if you need me, you know where to find me."
Oh, absolutely.
and she walks you out, and she waves you off, and so you are now able to do whatever you wish.
I'm just gonna go back. Go back to the thing. Hopefully they're awake by now, and
Yeah, they're probably awake, getting probably some breakfast. Buksabi's still not there. Probably, you assume it's probably his off day. I mean, you could ask the bartender too if you're really that concerned about it. But
no.
you know that he does have off days.
Yeah, of course.
So they're currently, you guys are currently eating. You guys have just been, sleeping, resting, eating, just conversing, playing cards or dice, or just not even talking, depending on how you feel. And so you see Scald walk up.
Oh, hi, you guys awake? Awesome. I was just at a meeting with my leader, and I was just giving her more word on what we plan to do with this group. So hopefully they can be on board with it. But she did give me some good information, as there's actually going to be a bit of a game tournament that we're going to be taking place inside of the city. It's called High Disc. It's kind of a mix of different things.
Yeah. So explanatory circumstances. Holy shit, English is hard, guys. I'll kind of explain the game, and you can say, Scald, that you detailed this to them because you would know. Basically, it is called High Disc. It is a sport that is very, 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 very well known here in the city of Otaro. It is basically, for sake of us as real people. It is basically like chariot soccer, but with a disc frisbee instead of a ball. So the way in which it works is it's a 3-person team. One person.
What a coincidence.
One person is the goalie or the keeper and guards a net. So that's kind of where the soccer aspect comes in. And then 2 people are on a chariot. And one person drives the chariot, and the other person is the one who throws the disc at the net. And you can do multiple things to try and prevent people from scoring. You can crash the chariot into the other chariot to kind of knock them off kilter. You can try to grab the disc mid-air while they're throwing it. Obviously, the goalie would do that too. And you can, if things get bad, and Scald, you've seen it happen multiple times, if the chariots break, it can result into on-foot game. So kind of turns into like ultimate frisbee in a way. And the chariots are pulled by horned lizards, because that is a common thing around here. So yeah, it's basically like chariot soccer, frisbee. Gets really intense. It can result in fist fights if, like hockey, like if it gets bad and people start getting angry, they let it happen. And so it does get wild. So that is what it is. It's going to be a 4-person or 4-team tournament, teams of 3, and whoever wins gets favor and just wins for their church.
Okay.
So Scald, you go ahead and you tell them all of that information.
Yeah, but I mean, so it is a lot of fun. But that, it's not for a few days, so we got time to get what we have to get done, and then we can have fun later.
And most likely they will teach you how to play beforehand. They're not just going to throw you in and be like, here, play this game that fucking you don't know how to play.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll instruct you. So yeah. You guys are just sitting now. And you guys can do whatever you wish to do. If you want to fast forward to the meeting, you can spend your days. If there's things that you want to do, just let me know, and we can get that done.
Nothing
No, I
in
mean,
particular.
yeah, we probably fast forward to the meeting, but I kind of have to start getting ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys go ahead and you guys spend the rest of your day, just enjoying the time here in Ataro. Every so often, Scald, for the the next day, you go back to the church and you help feed some homeless folks and make sure they have enough water and because yeah, food is one thing, but in the desert, water is very important. So you're going around just helping. And so with that, you guys go ahead and you bed down for the night. You wake up in the morning and you are in the tavern. It's about mid-afternoon, and you are waiting to see what the next day will bring, to see what this group's true intentions are, and to see if this is going to escalate really quickly. So with that, we're going to go ahead and end this episode. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. Thank you guys once again for being a part of this. It's always fun on these Saturdays.
Thank you.
Yep.
So thank you guys so much. We love you very, very much. Go ahead and make sure to follow everybody down below in the descriptions. Stay safe out there. Enjoy your squirt sticks, and we'll see you next time.
Where's that?
Squirt stick.